King.com and by your quality Ford dealers. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. Our final Sunday before the All-Star break. It's the Cardinals and the Braves here at beautiful Busch Stadium, and partner, it always starts with pitching year to year. How do you think the Cardinals staff has changed, if at all, this season?
Well, I think one of the biggest changes is, look, there's no veteran presence anymore. You got a lot of young guys that are really figuring out. One of your oldest starters, Dustin May, still really trying to figure it out at this level, and I think that this group has done a very good job of keeping you into games. Michael McGreevy, he has been one of the most consistent starters in your rotation and the 10th best ERA among NL starters. How about the season that Andre Palante is having here, Chip? Last year, look, he had career highs in innings, in starts, but now starting to put together some more consistency, starting to miss some more bats, a lot on the ground. And then Kyle Leahy, this young man's been getting the opportunity in the rotation, seeing him get better and better, especially here as of late. They want to give him a lot of runway. He's running with it.
In the Cardinals bullpen, a couple of finds for St. Louis that they've polished up and turned into real gems. Let's start with George Soriano, whom we had no idea about when we got him, but boy, we like what we've seen.
Love what we see. All of a sudden, a leverage guy at the back end of the bullpen. And speaking of the back end of the bullpen, how about the All-Star Riley O'Brien? 24 saves. That's tied for the most in the National League. This guy's been lights out. So happy for him. What a job by the Cardinals pitching development.
After a tough series against the Brewers, you got to respect what the Cardinals have done to the big bad Atlanta Braves. They look to sweep them. Atlanta's been swept only once this year. The Cardinals will try to do it to them today and finish off the first half with their 51st victory here in St. Louis.
At Allstate, what's important to you?
Your appointment today.
Can't think of a better way to end the first half of the season than when they sweep over the Atlanta Braves. It's the Cardinals, it's Atlanta. Final game before the All-Star break as we check in with Jim Hayes.
Chip, Dustin May is looking for a strong finish to the first half. It's been kind of a mixed bag for Dustin this season. He went on a really good run from April 10th to June 15th. Over that stretch, 12 starts. He had a 2.54 ERA and a whip of 0.98. That start on June 15th, complete game shutout versus San Diego. Overall, Dustin says he'll take it.
Yeah, there were four really bad ones, but outside of that, I thought I threw the ball pretty well. I'm just going to have to try and continue that trend as the season goes on.
A big factor in the games that he's done really well for us and thrown really well are his ability to kind of avoid the free passes. I know we say that about any pitcher, but that's when you see him at his best. He's getting in rhythm, he's getting into timing. I mean, there have been games when he was really rolling where he may have thrown 20-plus strikes in a row, in your couple innings deeper as a byproduct of that. So stuff's really good, giving himself a chance to let it play, get into rhythm, a big part of what I think helps him.
Some good signs from May's last start, Chip. 4 2/3 scoreless, 7 Ks, no walks.
And just 81 pitches, Jimmy, which leads me to Brad in asking you, will there be any limitations for Dustin today in his final first half start?
Yeah, I think that he would be closer to that 90 to 100 marks. As we take a look at the pitch arsenal for Dustin May, the four-seam cutter combo been very effective. Sweeper, sinker, curve, and changeup. But I think that he's looking for just a quote-unquote normal start, wanting to finish this first half strong. Remember, with Dustin May, Dustin's career high in starts in a season is 23. That just happened last year. He's already on number 18.
And he'll face Drake Baldwin, the Braves leadoff man and catcher. Baldwin, 4 hits in his last 17 trips to the plate. Spent a lot of time on the IL with an oblique problem. He missed 3 weeks, and he's hitting 148 since he's come back from that injury for Atlanta. And game 3 underway with a quick strike. Adam Beck will have home plate duty for game 3 of the series. The Cardinals have already won the season matchup over Atlanta and try to make it 5-1 for the campaign. The Braves come into play today at 54-40 on the season. The Braves had a big lead in the East. That lead has been trimmed to just 2 games over the Phillies. In the air, popped up left side. Long run, Nootbaar near the line on the track. There's your first out. Baldwin retired, soft contact. Here's the rest of the lineup for Walt Weiss and the Atlanta Braves. The starting nine presented by Menards. Ozzie Albies, Matt Olson, 1, 2, and 3. Michael Harris II cleans up. Mauricio Dubon, Dominic Smith is the DH. Austin Riley, Jim Jarvis, and our first look at Brewer Hicklin, who was just called up from AAA Gwinnett. On the ground, rolled foul by Albies.
Well, you mentioned that division lead shrinking for the Braves. Couple different aspects of that. One, the Braves have not played their best baseball. Actually, they played their worst baseball, the worst in baseball since June 9th. They are 10-19, and then all of a sudden the Phillies, after their managerial switch, boy, they have been rolling. This division, the East, is going to be a really interesting one in the second half.
And don't forget the Marlins.
Right.
They're only 3 games out of first place, not just the wild card, which they hold by 1 game over the Cardinals as we start today's play. But talking with Walt Weiss before the game today, they're just trying to hang on and get healthy. Their team has been decimated by injuries. But to their credit, Brad, they haven't folded. They've lost a lot of their lead, but they haven't lost the entire lead in the East.
No, and that's the hope, right? Walt Weiss and his crew just tread some water, wait till you get healthy. Still, even with the group that they have, a very talented nucleus. One of the biggest keys for, a team going against the Braves, keep them in the ballpark. That's how they've been scoring most of their runs.
Albies takes up and away. 3 balls and a strike. You heard Dusty Blake's comments with Jim Hayes a moment ago. Dustin's done nice work in limiting ball 4. Let's see if he can do it with the game's second hitter here. Albies a switch hitter, batting left-handed, of course, and May's pitch is a little too high, so 1-out walk. Only the 25th walk for May in just about 90 innings so far this year. He'd like to use his Cardinal defense, which has been very good in this series. Nootbaar, Church, and Walker in the outfield. Mason Wynn, J.J. Weatherholt on the infield up the middle. Fermin and Burleson on your corners, and Jimmy Crooks as the start behind the plate. Ironman Matt Olson back in the lineup as you'd expect, and takes a strike. Game number 878 in a row for Matt Olson, the current big league consecutive games leader. On the ground, Burley off his glove. May will not be able to recover it. Instead of 2, we get none, and everybody's safe for Atlanta.
Little in between hop right there from Burley. Tried to snag it. Feel like it probably hit him off the palm. Flicked it up right in the air. Got the ground ball that he wanted. Certainly not the result. Take a look at it again. There is that in between hop. Tried to pull it up and just shot away from him. Slingshot.
That was scored a hit.
That's crazy. That's not a hit, with all due respect to the official scorer.
Mike Miller has official scoring duties today. Olson will take it. And that's a gift. Christmas comes early here in early July. Michael Harris II, 2 on, 1 out. Roller to the right side. Burley's got that one, and the throw to second, all we get. That will force Olson. Harris trades places at first. Now there are 2 outs.
I got another ground ball. I am still baffled by that hit. That's crazy.
I don't have my MLB app, but what was the exit velo on the
not
ball to
firm? 82.
That should not be a hit.
No, that's just. That could have been a WW in the book. Maybe it was a wasn't watching.
Oh, Phil Rizzuto
looks like a knock.
Sounded hard hit. Burley will tell you that's a play he should have made. But for now, no damage for Dustin May. First and third for Dubon. His hit in this series, a homer. He's got 10 of those on the season. And that's in for a strike. You got to wait a minute with Adam Beck behind the plate. He takes his time to raise the right hand for a strike call. Dubon, the pride of Honduras. He's knocked in 51 runs. He's been a very nice find for the Bravos. There's a good sinker at 96. tough to handle. It's 0-2. As we mentioned, the Braves have been swept just one time this year. They lost 3 games in a row in San Diego back in late June. The Cardinals trying to wrap up a 5-1 head-to-head season series against a really good team, and a team that thinks once healthy can get to the World Series out of the National League. That's a nice feather in the Cardinals cap. They shade Dubon around slightly toward right for the birthday boy Nathan Church in center. Nootbaar way off the line in left. And Walker about 3 steps closer to the line in right. Runners lead, first and third. Harris takes off, and that's skied out of play into a big crowd at Busch Stadium. They've seen 2 really entertaining games, one nearly interrupted by weather. But we got in Friday's game yesterday, a really good game. Cardinals won that one 4-1. Matthew Liberatore, terrific
So
work.
good. Yeah, he was really good. Bullpen stepped up big. Lars Nootbaar with a big 3-run home run. I still can't believe they were able to continue that game on Friday. The amount of rain this field took.
Yeah, a lot of press box folks were talking. They don't ever remember Busch Stadium's outfield being completely underwater like it was on Friday.
Usually you have areas where it'll pool, right? It'll pool on the warning tracks, obviously anywhere in the dirt on the side. You'll have sometimes out in the outfield, especially after they dump the tarp, but it was the whole place was underwater.
Dubon putting up a fight. He'll see a 7th pitch. So yeah, Bill Finley and his grounds crew continue their MVP work in the first half. Field looks great. If anybody deserves a few days of rest, that group does.
Yeah, I don't think there's any concert scheduled or anything. Just normal maintenance. I say normal maintenance, but you know, we're here at odd hours sometimes. Their crew's always working.
Popped up right side. Can Jordan get there? He's to the warning track in foul ground. Reaches up, tumbles into the net. Did he make the play? He did. What a catch for the All-Star. Walker lays out and makes a terrific catch, and the Braves fail to score in the top of the first.
CarShield, protection when it counts.
Well, Ali Marble-Brand has a lot to be proud of with his Cardinals in the first half of the season. Here's how he lines them up. That's presented by our friends at Menards. Ollie's on his way to Philadelphia with Riley O'Brien, Jordan Walker, and who did I miss? Ivan Herrera. Thank you. Yeah,
and
sorry.
KT's going to be there as well.
Right.
He's throwing for Jordan Walker, so it's going to be a good Cardinal crew that makes their way to Philadelphia as the Cardinal faithful give their love to J.J. Weatherholt, who is inked up to a long-term deal now.
The Braves are going with an opener for Game 3, and it's left-hander Danny Young who will try to get through the Nootbaar portion of the lineup, we presume.
Saw Danny Young in this series already. Danny was the one that gave up the home run to Jimmy Crooks in the 8th inning of Game 1. But trying to flip it, minimize the time. Take a look at the pitch arsenal. It's just sinker sweeper is what you're working with here. J.R. Ritchie is going to get the bulk innings in this ball game.
What a spectacular opening half of a big league career for J.J. Weatherholt. He's done everything, and that's obviously why the contract was in the offing for him and the Cardinals, frankly.
Well, easily could have been an all-star this year as well, right? He's putting together a really nice campaign, just a consistent performer, and obviously the numbers that he's put up have been really good. But you don't give a guy a contract like this, and I know that Chaim Bloom and company have talked about it, but you don't give a guy a contract unless he's the right fit and you believe in all of the intangibles, and certainly those things are all there with J.J. Weatherholt.
5th pitch, a sweeper and a nasty one. J.J. is down on strikes. That's how the Cardinals' first inning begins. All-star Ivan Herrera is next. First to look at how the Braves defense lines up. Dubon in left, Olsen at first. They're Gold Glovers. Jim Jarvis, Ozzie Albies up the middle, Drake Baldwin behind the plate. Michael Harris II made 3 terrific plays here yesterday, and Brewer Hicklin will be the right fielder until Ronald Acuna Jr. comes back, presumably after the All-Star break. And they really miss him, as you'd expect. Strike 1 for Herrera. "11 homers, 40 driven in for Ivan." Man, that was a feel-good moment with Moises Rodriguez and the entire Cardinals clubhouse watching him get the news of his selection to the All-Star game.
Yeah, so cool. I mean, I know it happens quickly because Ivan's still a very young man. He's the longest tenured Cardinal in the organization, right? I mean, this guy has been around, a young signing, paid his dues, grown into this player. So excited for him, and know that Ali and company have just kind of loved the strides that he's been able to make over the last couple of years, both at the plate and behind it.
Fouled away, a ball and 2 strikes. Got to congratulate Ivan before the game today. I asked him the most important question. I said, "Do you have a great suit picked out for the All-Star parade?" He said, "Yeah, I've got a beautiful black suit that I've picked out." His mom's coming from Panama to join him in Philadelphia. As that ball cracked to center, Harris twists and turns and adjusts on the fly for the second out. 2 outs, bases empty. Jordan Walker, he's our Bet365 betting odds update. Jordan's had a really good series, and those are your odds for Walker to pick up another hit. He's reached base, Brad, in 17 consecutive games.
Yeah, hitting for average during that clip as well. 328 during that 17-game on-base streak. What a play that was to end the top of the first inning, too, ranging into the seats.
How many times do you see it? A guy makes a great play defensively, and he comes up and hits third the next inning.
Seems like every time, just fate.
What's been really fun to see for Walker, not only his ability to get the ball in the air, but Brad, he's making so much more consistent contact. He's the only Cardinal at the break over 100 hits.
Yeah, you're right. Like, the strikeouts have been limited quite a bit. Only 8 of them over his last 46 plate appearances. I did the math in my head right there. That's a 17% rate. You'll take that.
Wow, your computer's working quickly today.
Yeah, I'm a day game kind of guy when it comes to the math, Chip. Ask me anything. Not right now. But as the game goes on, you know.
Okay. Can't wait to see what kind of show Jordan puts on for the home run derby.
It was fun to watch him yesterday, just preparing for it. And it was actually cool. I wish that the entire stadium was already open. It was early before the gates had opened, but it was still at a time where BP pass holders were able to be on the field. It was packed, like behind where he was hitting. A lot of eyes on Jordan Walker. And boy, he was putting baseballs out across the street, put them up on the concourse, trickling over to Clark.
Well, a star-studded home run derby class in Philadelphia, including Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper, Jordan Walker. It's going to be a lot of fun. Wilson Contreras, Jack Caglione, Junior Caminero, who's having a sensational season with Tampa Bay. Murakami from the White Sox and Ben Rice from the Yankees. That's going to be a really, really fun competition.
It's going to be a really good field. And I like the format. I like the fact that it's swings, not timed, not the outs. I believe first round is 20 swings. Each round after that will be 15.
Do you like that format better than the clock?
I do. I feel like the clock, I get it. Anything with the clock, there's mounting pressure, but you also have to account for your thrower. Sometimes if you have a guy that just is having a rough day, I feel like that puts a guy at a huge disadvantage in a situation like that. So you get to pick the amount of times you're swinging the bat. I like it. What about you?
I agree with you. I would assume that that's going to lessen the chance of injury or guys swinging themselves maybe into bad habits that we see from time to time carry over after the All-Star game.
That's a really good point, especially if you're chasing, right? If you're in a hole and you just know you have to be able to swing a ton, hit a bunch of home runs in a small amount of time.
Swing and a miss. The throw is going to be late. Walker on the first move has just stolen his 13th base.
Well, you do it all the time. We talk about the power of Jordan Walker, but the speed is still a huge element of this young man's game. Take advantage of the situation with the lefty first movement and easily in there for number 13.
So a hit means a run for Burleson. Walker on base for the 18th consecutive game. And driven high in the air, deep to left. Dubon going back. Staggers, can't get it. Hits off the base of the wall. Burleson's got a double, and the Cardinals strike in the first inning.
Chip, we had spent some time talking about the struggles for Alec Burleson, left on left. Some of those struggles seem to be figured out against the Brewers, and they continue here. Left on left, 95-mile-an-hour sinker. This is on the corner, away. He goes that direction and able to slam one off the wall and bring the first run of this game.
Not the cleanest of routes for Dubon, and the Cardinals cash in a 2-out walk and stolen base. Burleson's 67th RBI. 1-0 Cardinals. So Dustin May has the lead. How big of a lead will he take to inning number 2? I would assume if Nootbaar reaches, this would be the end of the line for Young. Ritchie was warming in the Braves bullpen. We were wondering why the lineup looked different than normal because we thought Ritchie was going to get the start. Instead, he's got the bulk innings. And Young some 2-out trouble here. Rolled foul at first. And as is customary, when you got a left-handed starter, you get Walker ahead of Burleson. Allocating fourth. That's paid off grandly for the Cardinals in the opening inning.
Yeah, it worked out well. They did that so they could get the right-on-left matchup, but it didn't matter. Left-on-left stayed on the baseball. So good to see for Alec Burleson.
What a stop. Young slung that to the middle of the right-hand batter's box, and Drake Baldwin a heck of a play to save a base.
Oh, yeah, that's not a high percentage play right there. That's going to be tough.
Great look at it from Dirt Cam. And a 2-2 count.
You do wonder, too, even if it goes further, if you want to give Ritchie a clean inning, right? You'd like to be able to get him through. I'm not sure if this is going to be the last guy for Young.
Nootbaar takes another walk. That's 2 in the inning. Ritchie was up and throwing before first pitch with Young in the bullpen. And Walt Weiss is making his way to the top of the dugout steps, and looks like that's going to be the end of the line. So as we suspected, they gave him the first 5 batters. And now with Mason Wynn scheduled, Walt Weiss slowly walks to the mound, and Ritchie indeed is on his way to the mound at Busch.
The Cardinals make him work, and we'll see what they can do against J.R. Ritchie. Look forward to this one.
MLB Plus is new for 2026. Stream MLB Network 24/7 in the U.S. and select out-of-market games every week. Plus, live radio broadcasts of every game, game day 3D, big inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus and subscribe today.
Oh, you always sound excited, but extra chipper for that one. I like it. Good package. Sign up for that. Ritchie is in the ball game. He's your Chevy call. JR here will handle the bulk innings, his 11th game of the season. Got starting experience. Obviously, 7 of his 10 outings have been starts. Out of the bullpen the last 2.
He's out of Bainbridge Island, Washington. 35th overall pick by the Braves in 2022. Made his first big league appearance in April of this year. He was on his way to UCLA to play college baseball before the Braves drafted him and eventually signed him, and here he is, trying to help Atlanta avoid a sweep. They trail by a run. That was a good pitch, a swing and a miss, and that will retire the side. The Cardinals with a 2-out rally push across the game's first run thanks to an RBI from Alec Burleson. And it's always fun to check in with Jim Hayes and the Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol.
Yeah, it is always fun. Ollie, last game before the break, you guys have played some very good baseball. What stood out to you?
More than anything, probably just the overall mindset of this group. When you're building towards a future, you want to make sure you get a couple things right, and culture is definitely the foundation for all of it. And then just a collective mindset all the way from Heim down to our minor league system, that everybody's on the same page as to what this needs to look like from a style of play. And the guys have done that, man. They've been resilient. They've been relentless. So I like where we're at the moment.
I know you're excited to go to the All-Star game as part of Dave Roberts' staff, but what does it mean to have the three of your players going and KT as well?
It's more impactful. It's one thing for me to go, that's fine, but to be able to take three of these guys, and they deserve it. The way they've gone about it, they're continuing to grow. So I'm proud of our group, man. I'm excited to see what they do, and just for them to take a moment and take it in and enjoy the fact that they're getting celebrated as one of the best in the game right now.
All right, hopefully you get a win, and then you head to the All-Star game. Thanks for the chat.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Chip.
Thank you, Kat. What's the over-under for cheesesteaks for the Cardinals contingent in Philadelphia, you think?
Man, I don't know the cheesesteak prowess. I wonder if there's much time for cheesesteak. Shockingly, I'm not sure of this because never was on an all-star team. But I got a feeling that they have pretty jam-packed schedules during this couple of days.
Well, Kevin Steinauer is the terrific visiting clubhouse manager at Citizens Bank Park. Their crew, I think,
so good,
has the best cheesesteak in the city. We're lucky to be able to
totally agree with that.
Take advantage of that. As May facing Dominic Smith, and way outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Now I'm hungry thinking about it. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? Do you like onions, peppers, mushrooms, all of it? Yeah, do it up.
Look at me.
Do it up.
Yeah. Base is empty for Smith, and popped out of play. I think somebody wants 8.5 of them in a 3-game series.
I thought that there was somebody, it was like a Rocky strength guy or something like that, and I think it was more than that. I feel like it was way more than it was like in the 20s.
Oh.
It was an obscene amount. Somebody's gonna send us that number. There's a good chance.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, we'll have a chance to have some too. We haven't been to Philadelphia yet. Got the Phillies twice in the second half. And May issues his second walk. This one a leadoff free pass in the second inning. Dustin's having trouble getting the ball down here early, but he leads by a run with Austin Riley coming up.
Now, sometimes the adjustment with that is to switch to a breaking ball, right? Roll a slider, roll a curveball in there for a strike, stay on top of it. I think that's a decent idea against Riley either way.
This is a guy they've got to figure out if they're going to maintain their lead in the East and win some playoff series.
Well, this guy has been a home run machine throughout his young career. That machine is a little jammed up as of late. Only 1 home run in his last 44 games. Only 2 extra base hits in his last 22. I mean, this is a big time difference maker in their lineup who has been scuffling.
Double play would be nice. Runner at first, nobody out. And that one splits the plate. One thing we've noticed with Riley in the 2 series against the Braves, it seems like he's 0-1, 0-2 almost every at bat. And the numbers bear that out, Brad. 113 strikeouts in 94 games for him, but without the power and production.
Yeah, and then, you know, for Riley, he wants to try to prove it with every swing of the bat. That pressure mounts on you.
Touch low, 2 balls and a strike. Crooks thought about challenging that pitch, didn't. It might have been a strike. Instead, it's ball 2. And that evens things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. May's riding a 14 2/3 inning scoreless streak here at home. The Cardinals starters have not allowed a run in their last 12 innings. So now a full count.
Got a feeling this Braves team, mentioned some of the struggles, Chip, that they've had as of late. Got a feeling this Braves team is ready for an all-star break, ready for a little bit of a reset. It has been tough sledding. Again, 10-19 over their last 29 for Walt Weiss's club. Just trying to tread some water here.
Full count pitch. Smith holds, and Riley takes a walk. So on a day when the Cardinals were hoping May would give him 90 pitches or so, he's already got 30 thrown, 2 walks in the inning, and nobody out with a 1-run lead.
Well, hopefully May able to make that quick adjustment, stay on top of the baseball. You know, he's got a super sinker too. He can be on the ground. Would love a ground ball here off the bat of Jarvis.
Jarvis with good speed, batting .296, hit his first big league homer in their last series in Pittsburgh. Shows bunt. It's to third. 1 play and in time, a good sacrifice. And second and third, 1 out for Brewer Hicklin. Well, when you're struggling to score runs, move them up, and that's exactly what Jarvis did with a nice bunt. That was not scored a hit.
By the way, that Matt Olson hot shot to first base has been changed officially.
Oh, good. Okay.
To an error. So
Hey,
the ship has been righted.
Bad for Burley, but that wasn't a hit. That was a strike to Hicklin, not his first time in the big leagues. He's played in the show before. Kansas City, Milwaukee, Detroit. He's 30 years young. They brought him up from Gwinnett, the AAA affiliate of the Braves, where he was having a super season. He was hitting .300, 16 homers, 55 ribbies, and he stole 25 bases.
Yeah, that ought to do it. Get you a nod.
Brewer's a good athlete. He is from Alabama. Played at UAB, the University of Alabama, Birmingham. First, the 2-strike pitch is cut on and missed. Crooks held on to that, and 2 are out. May needed that strikeout. Now everybody can back up as Baldwin bats.
Yeah, let it rip at the top of the zone. That'll play right there. Nice work by Crooks to hang on to that.
Baldwin flied out softly his first time. Can May wiggle off the hook here? Dom Smith at third, Austin Riley at second. Then a sacrifice and a strikeout. And Baldwin tried to hit that one to East St. Louis. Didn't get it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, he saw a fastball out of the hand, ended up being the cutting variation of it, riding in where he couldn't get to it.
Late on 98. Oh, we got word on the official cheesesteak number.
What's the number?
It's an astounding number. The 3-day record is 21.5.
That's awesome. That is so many cheesesteaks.
That was set by Rockies physical performance coach Mike Jasperson. 3 days, 21.5. It was later topped with 25 cheesesteaks in 4 days.
So he set his own record?
And broke it, I guess.
Joey Chestnut-esque. Look at him go. Hoovering those things.
1-2 pitch. That was close.
How do you stop at the half, though? Probably because there's rules against.
There's just no more room.
There's rules against it coming back up. That doesn't count. You lose everything.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Another full count.
I think May wanted that one. Thought he went. Got to get him again.
Around the plate. Crooks is going to challenge it. Crooks is going to take a chance. If he's right, the inning's over. If not, it's ball 4. 4 walks in the first 2 innings, and the bases are loaded without benefit of a hit. Albies drew the first walk of the game. Again, May could not get the ball below the letters on the front of the Braves jersey. Tougher to do with Ozzie Albies, who's 5'10" or so. No place to put him in a 1-run game.
Well, you know that Ozzie is dangerous, but you'd much rather be on the attack. Make him beat you by swinging the bat.
May continues out of the stretch. So Dustin, a season high 4 walks. He's not out of the 2nd inning.
Well, these are the areas too where May has had some issues, especially with runners in scoring position. 397 the average against. That's the highest clip in the big leagues.
And now it's Albies' turn to challenge. He thought that pitch was high. Is he right? ABS powered by T-Mobile. He is. Can May get the ball down to Ozzie Albies? That'll help. 2-2.
Yeah, I like that cutter at the bottom of the zone. That's just going to be the biggest key. Take a deep breath, execute a pitch right here. The 30th pitch of the inning coming up here for Dustin May.
Big pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Crooks flips to no one. May late to the dish. The ball in the dirt. And that will score Dominic Smith to tie the game. Atlanta a run without benefit of a hit.
Well, the wild pitch, tried the backhand stop it instead of sliding in front of it, kicks away.
So May with the control issues, and now a wild pitch. Game tied. Runners move up second and third, and 3-2 for Albies. Atlanta's had 6 men reach base in the game, none via a hit. Momentary pause for the Braves' second sacker. Still a 3-2 count. Braves are making Dustin work. 50 pitches. He's not out of the second inning. And in our conversation with Ali before the game, bullpen a little short, but there is action for the Cardinals already in the game.
Yeah, Justin Brule, the lefty, is already up right now. There's only so long you can let a guy hang out there and struggle with the command, so Brule's getting hot quickly.
Olsen and Harris would be next. The 3-2 pitch. Strike 3. Albies going to challenge again. May starts to walk off. Let's see if Dustin is out of the inning. ABS powered by T-Mobile, and look at Ozzie Albies' reaction. By a cat's whisker, a confirmed strikeout. Boy, did May need that. A wild pitch ties the game for Atlanta.
Change.
Welcome to Doc in the Box.
As we head to the home second, let's check out our BJC Healthcare injury report.
Yeah, both guys on the 60-day. Max Rajic and Ramon Urias both dealing with elbow issues. Urias with both of them as Churchy drops down a bunt. Going to make the play over there at third base, though, for the first out of the inning. The birthday boy tried to sneak one past Riley at third. Wasn't meant to be. But the Cardinals have done a very good job. Been very, very fortunate to being relatively healthy. One of the healthier ball clubs in baseball. So you hope a speedy recovery for a couple of guys. Chris Conroy, one of the trainers on the staff, does such a great job of keeping these guys healthy. Keith Joint, the whole crew, do an amazing job. We always talk about it takes a village, right? It takes so many people to keep it all together. One thing that any good organization is going to have, these guys, instead of some places they work in silos, right? This group is so collaborative. Your strength, your training, your player performance, everybody all together trying to put these guys on the best path to succeed.
J.R. Ritchie is the Atlanta pitcher in the second inning. Jose Fermin, the Cardinals batter. And that's taken outside. Fermin, another one of the pleasant surprises of the season for the Cardinals. He's played every defensive position except catcher. He's not yet pitched a game, although he'd like a chance, I'm sure. And he gives you really good at bat. He's hit some big homers for St. Louis. He's driven in 18 runs and puts the ball in play.
He does. It hits the ball hard, man, and he wants to wear the Ferminator shirt more.
That's right.
And he has to earn it, is what Ollie said. You hit a home run, you get to wear the shirt.
One game, second inning. Riley at third. Played the hop well, and Olsen stretches out. 2 up, 2 down. What's your Toyota key for a Cardinals sweep today?
Yeah, for all these clubs, it's finished strong, man. You know that there are so many guys. Like, it's easy to think about the future. It's easy to look ahead. It's easy to look and say, all right, I got a flight at so-and-so time. I'm going here. I'm going there. All of that stuff is great. I hope that everybody enjoys their all-star break or the all-star festivities if they're going. But still got some work to do in this ball game. Focus has not been an issue for this club. Ollie was talking to Jim Hayes about what he's so proud of with this club to this point. He talked about the mindset, talked about the culture. These guys are so focused on the task at hand. I don't think Toyota's key to the game is going to be a tough one for them.
Jimmy Crooks with 2 outs. His homer decided Friday night's game in the wee hours Saturday morning. In fact, the rain delay was longer than the time of game in the opener of this series. And for Crooks, his 2nd home run of the season. Three balls and a strike. Weatherholt on deck. And here is that home run on Friday night or Saturday morning, if you want to be specific.
Man, what a huge moment it was, though. Left on left against today's opener, Danny Young in this one. Crooks, the solo shot, his first at Busch Stadium. He had come in the 7th as a defensive replacement and ended up being the hero.
So Richie ready. The 3-2 pitch is outside. It's the 3rd walk earned by the Cardinals offense. So the pitching has been a little wild here in the first couple of innings. 7 combined walks.
Yeah, nobody got the memo before the All-Star break. Generally, this is strike, 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 strike.
JJ struck out his first time up. And in for a strike. Last start for Richie, June 23rd against San Diego. 4 runs in 5 innings. He pitched in relief July 9th in Pittsburgh. Good off-speed stuff, says the scouting report. Let's see how much of that he uses in bulk today.
The lefties have hit him a lot harder in his young career.
That hard hit, but straight away to center, and that's going to be a can of corn for Harris, and that will retire the side. Let's see if the pitching can throw a few more strikes. We're tied after 2. Stiefel is stitched into Cardinals tradition and into the fabric of St. Louis, proudly worn on every jersey. Stiefel's investing in excellence in our hometown and across the nation. That's Stiefel. Well, how about a stifle here for Dustin May? A quick inning would be nice, as he threw over 30 pitches last inning, gave up just 1 run. He's got the 3, 4, 5 batters up for Atlanta. It starts with Matt Olson. Olson 3 hits in his last 19 trips to the plate, 1 for 8 in this series.
Well, May is still really just trying to find that consistent slot. Seems to be opening up that front shoulder a little bit early. These arm side misses.
The cutter evens things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For For Atlanta native Matt Olson. There's the Cardinals defensive alignment. Olson has the whole third base side to play with if he wishes. He does not yet have a career hit against Dustin May. He's 0 for 9. Pitch number 6. Swing and a miss. That was filthy. A good sweeper. May doesn't like that term. He calls that a big slider. So the BS works to start the Atlanta third.
We'll go with that. Chevy pitch track. There it is right there. Nice slider. Tight down in. Stays on top of that baseball. Fantastic pitch. That was one that he tried to throw a couple of times throughout this ball game and really had pulled it instead of just letting it get out there on his hand, on his fingers, and finish it. There it is again. Go ahead.
Throw it until they show they can hit it. Harris bounced into a force play in the first inning. He's having a super July with 10 RBIs for Atlanta. And laced out of play. I think the Braves will be one of the most fascinating teams come trade deadline time, which is August 3rd this year. They'll get Ronald Acuna Jr. back, and he's their leadoff guy. He's their right fielder. That will slot everybody else where they should be in their lineup. And then I guess, Brad, they'll have about 2.5 weeks to find out exactly what they are from an offensive standpoint. But the big question is pitching. Where will they get pitching? Who's going to get healthy? Who can they get back in their bullpen? And who can they acquire to stabilize their rotation and fight off not just the Phillies, but the Marlins?
Well, it's going to be so interesting because there are so many teams that are going to, I mean, look at the standings. A lot of teams that are in it, right? Who's going to make a push? And if you are a seller, boy, good market for you because there's going to be a lot of teams that are in it. You hang on to these pieces as late as you can, get the maximum return.
Well, any manager will tell you when you don't have your horses, it is tough to win the race. And I think Walt Weiss has done a really nice job of keeping the Braves afloat during these turbulent times with all the injuries they've had to deal with. And it's one thing if you lose margin players, but when you lose your big guns for extended periods, that is really tough. So May with another full count. He's got 4 walks in the game. As Harris awaits and lifts it foul. He'll see a 7th pitch. Cardinals scored a first inning run after a 2-out walk and a steal. Alec Burleson with a double. The Braves got a wild pitch to bring home Dominic Smith to even the score in the second. And that went right down Broadway. So back-to-back strikeouts for May. In fact, 3 in a row if you go back to the second inning. And let's check out our BJC Healthcare difference maker. Great play by Walker. Saves some big-time trouble.
Yeah, this is a long way to go for the all-star Walker. Look at the concentration. Never looked down, never looked at where exactly the wall was. He knew from his footing that he had enough room. A brave play and one that, boy, saves your pitcher right there. It was great to see him be fine off of that one. Didn't hurt himself at all, but he has turned himself into quite a good outfielder. The work has been put in. We've seen him every single day. He's out there with John Jay working on his craft.
1 strike and up and away. We've talked a lot about how the netting has really kept fans out of harm's way too. I like the fact that the players can dive and try to make spectacular plays and generally speaking don't end up hurting themselves by landing on top of the seats or fans sitting in them.
Yeah, at least gives them a little bit of cushion, right, and pulls them back into play.
To third. Fermin's got it. And his flip to first is in time, and May needed that. 67 pitches through 3 innings. He's tied 1-1.
see yourself. You are an achiever.
Hey, gonna ride the wave, yeah, I'm catching my break.
Determined,
right on it.
driven
Hey,
to a
got
calling.
time to spray like a first-class flight, gonna
See
get right on it.
yourself
Hey,
alive.
doubling back, gonna stay on track, gonna stay
Serving,
right on it.
saving,
Not
and
coming to
securing your
play.
future.
I'm coming to stay.
Joining the century-long legacy of more than 13,000 graduates. See yourself at Barnes Jewish College Goldfarb School of Nursing.
Chevy drivers across America will do a lot in the next 5.
By your Mid-America Chevy dealers and by BJC Healthcare, you deserve extraordinary care. That's one way to keep cool on a hot day. There's your score, 1-1 here in St. Louis. Notice Jim Hayes is nowhere near that ice cream machine. I think there's some sort of federal law banning him from the soft serve ice cream machinery.
Yeah, you break one machine, that follows you around for a while. I think those people talk, that's for sure. That did look like some good ice cream. You a fan of sprinkles? Like sprinkles on your ice cream?
Not really.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
me neither. There's no
it.
need for it.
There is a national ice cream police, and they have contacted me and told me to stay away.
Really?
That's true, yeah.
Now, is that ice cream machine's, Brad said, in the 703 Club?
Yeah,
is that correct?
I know where my ice cream machines are.
Yeah, I really don't know where that is. Brad does wander the stadium more than me. I was just playing along, but Brad, good for you.
Yeah, good call on that one. And look, Jimmy, if you can't get it, we'll get you ice cream anytime. We have not been banned yet. It's coming.
Rightfully so. I understand why I got the banishment.
Where do you stand on sprinkles, just for the record?
I'm pro sprinkles.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
And they're called Jimmy's, so it makes sense.
Wait a minute. Where?
Yeah. Regionally? Is that a regional thing?
I've heard tell that some people call them Jimmy's. I call them sprinkles.
Okay.
And I like the chocolate sprinkles.
All right.
I'm not afraid to admit it.
So the chocolate Jimmy's. That's interesting.
Not really.
One ball, two strikes.
Have you heard that? I did not know that was a thing.
Jimmy's? No, I've never heard those referred that way.
Maybe it's a regional. I've just never been a sprinkle fan.
Two balls, two strikes, and popped up, shallow left. Out goes Jarvis. In comes Dubon, and Mauricio makes a nice play and handles that for out number one. Yeah, I don't get
Chocolate chips, yes. Everything else I saw there.
Yeah, they have no flavor.
Yeah.
Jimmy's or sprinkles.
Yeah.
You okay over there? Here's
I just
Walker.
want ice cream now. Dang it.
We can make that happen. Jordan took a base on ball, stole a base, and scored. Rolled to the left side. Riley hurries and got him by a stride. Good play. So Richie getting the ball on the ground. That's his third. Rollover to Riley at the hot corner, and two outs.
Well, that's what they're looking for, right? Be down in the zone, weak contact. That's what Dustin May is trying to get going. I thought May made some nice adjustments last half inning. Really started getting on top of that slider of his. I think that helped out his whole arsenal.
And one more note on the Braves. You know, if you're looking for lemonade out of lemons, one thing you can say is some of these youngsters who've come up and pitched for them are showing they can be effective major league pitchers. First, the delivery to Burleson. And when teams are contacted by Atlanta on a potential trade for a veteran, well, you've got a track record for some of these young guys against major leaguers, which might make them more attractive as trade compensation.
That's a great call. And look, oftentimes it doesn't mean that they're trying to do that, but you do end up showcasing some of your young talent. This is a Braves club, as you mentioned. Look, if they get hurt, if they are in the hunt, which they're going to be, they got a lot of guys that are banged up. They got plenty of depth to be able to deal from.
And Walt Weiss has an excellent president of baseball operations with whom he can work, and that's Alex Anthopoulos, who came over from Toronto. And that went a little low. 3 balls and a strike. That's why I think they'll be fascinating to see what they do once they get healthy and get their pitching in order. They've got 7 games with the Phillies in September, and those are looking bigger and bigger with each passing day. Burley took his shot, 3-1, didn't get it, full count. Burleson did not go. Baldwin begged for a strike. Instead, it's another walk. That's 4 issued by Atlanta's staff, the second by Ritchie.
Yeah, it is. The command has been a little suspect early in this one. Hey, Chip, I did a little research on the sprinkles thing. It is regional. Okay, so this makes sense from Jim Hayes. Jim Hayes, a Northeasterner, right? So Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, some areas in Jersey. Apparently, they're referred to as jimmies rather than sprinkles. That makes a lot of sense. I had never heard that. That was not the term in Las Vegas.
What was the term in Las Vegas?
Sprinkles.
Yeah.
Still.
Okay.
But now that makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah, some upstate New York lingo.
Yes. And I would say, I'm not anti-sprinkle, but I'm just not going to put it on. You know what I mean? Like, it is.
Listen,
it's not necessary.
I've been here 25 years.
Yeah.
I know what sprinkles are, but a lot of different places call it jimmies in the East.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We learned something. You already knew it.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I can't believe Chip didn't use a Google machine on that already.
Brad beat me to it.
I had to. I figure somebody's got to do a deep dive on this.
Three balls and a strike for Lars Nootbaar, who walked in the Cardinals' first inning. Popped up. Harris and Hicklin. It'll be Harris. And that will send us to the 4th inning. A tie game. 1-1 at Busch. Join the Cardinals in supporting Venezuela recovery efforts today and tomorrow. Only purchase any 2026 single game ticket, and a portion of the proceeds will benefit Convoy of Hope. Learn more and get your tickets at cardinals.com/Venezuela. Dominic Smith, the only Brave to score, pops up the first pitch, and Walker in right comes galloping in near the line for your first out. May settling in. He's set down 5 straight, 3 via strikeout. Next opportunity for Redbirds fans to see us at home. July 23rd, we've got the makeup game against Arizona, then 3 games with the Reds and a 4-game series with the Cubs.
It'll be fun to get back into action. I know the Diamondbacks are excited to come back. That should be good.
Hopefully some of their relievers will be well enough rested to participate in the proceedings.
Yeah, I think so, after an all-star break.
See how that plays out. No balls and a strike for Austin Riley. Oh, that one close and got him on the way by. May's command is spotty at best. And with pitch number 70, Riley gets plunked and he'll take first with 1 out.
Well, this one catches Austin Riley here. It's a sinker, 96 mile an hour. Just a lot of things have been running off up and in arm side. That one does catch him at least in his elbow pad.
Jim Jarvis laid down a sacrifice. Got runners to second and third in the second inning, but a strikeout and then a bases loaded strikeout after a wild pitch kept our game tied at 1 apiece. Riley takes off and Jarvis sprays that one foul. Riley had that base stolen. He's a smart base runner. He's A man that'll pick and choose his spots. He's got 6 swipes on the year. A ball and a strike. Riley not going this time. Jarvis getting a chance to play because Ha-Sung Kim is both hurt, and Brad has really struggled in Atlanta. Had a really long batting slump.
Yeah.
Then got hurt. They invested a lot of money in his contract.
Yeah, their hope is obviously physically get healthy, but maybe that downtime can also get him mentally right.
Another pop up to the right side. JJ's got that one. 2 outs. And Brewer Hicklin is next. Mention this guy's story. It's a cool one. From Alabama, went to UAB where he was a football player. He was a wide receiver on the football team at UAB. Then their football program got canceled. And so Hicklin said, well, I would still like to be an athlete in school. Walked onto the baseball team and was a 7th-round draft pick of the Royals in 2017.
That worked out pretty well.
So did that. He hooks a single into left to turn the lineup over to Drake Baldwin. So Hicklin's first hit in the show keeps the inning alive for Atlanta here in the 4th. The Braves have had numerous opportunities to score runs in this series. They've left 15 men on base so far here in St. Louis. 4 of them today. They're just 1 for 12 with runners in scoring position on the weekend. And Baldwin takes one at his shoot tops. 1 ball, no strikes. .76 pitches for Dustin May. He's in his 4th inning of work. May checks Riley at second. The pitch on the ground, just foul. That was close. So Dustin's got Baldwin set up. Can he finish him off quickly and send this game to the home 4th, where Winchurch and Jose Fermin will await at the plate? Tarps off. Kids are chanting, "We want hot dogs." That's not a bad idea.
Is that the way to get it? Is that how you get a vendor to come by? We want hot dogs is better than not asking for it.
Hear him?
Better put mustard on it.
That's high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Justin Brewer was up earlier in the game. Nobody warming now as May had a nice roll going before a hit batsman interrupted a streak of 5 straight retired. Lined into right. That's a base hit. It's hard hit. They're going to send Riley around. Here comes Walker's throw. On the money and got him. Walker for the moment with another assist. Riley wants the Braves to take a look. The throw was perfect. Atlanta took a chance, and they're going to take a look too.
Well, we'll get a chance to see this again. Jordan Walker comes up firing. Got one of the best arms in the game out there in right field. Let's take a look at it here. First the hit, 96, able to turn on it on the inner half. Jordan comes up. One hopper, perfect throw to the plate, but does the left hand of Riley sneak in before Crooks is able to drop the tag on him?
Well, remember, the call on the field was out. Crooks tagged Riley on the numbers on the back. The only question is, did the hand hit the plate before the glove hit Riley in the numbers? And I don't know if there's enough to overturn it, to be honest with you. But Walt Weiss's club, struggling to score runs, took a chance. It took a perfect play to make it close. There's the hand, but has he already tagged him?
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. It looks like the hand potentially could have gotten there. Also, does the tag happen even before you can see his glove? They might have some different angles. Chris Conroy, Mark Wegner, your replay crew officials in New York.
That was just a beautiful baseball play. Good piece of hitting. Walker came up, made a perfect throw. The only question is, did Riley beat it by an eyelash or not?
Well, that is the throw that they teach you. That's what you want to be able to give your catcher, is that big long hop so he can see it, bring it right down for the tag.
If this call is confirmed or stands, it would be Walker's 9th outfield assist and the 17th for the St. Louis team. So a long look. At the moment, it's a base hit for Baldwin. And Atlanta with runners at first and second as we await word in New York. May's not even bothering to make any warm-up tosses here. And our producer Brian Shapiro's right. The longer this goes, leads you to believe that they don't have a better angle than what we saw.
The runner's hand touched the plate before he was tagged. The call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Atlanta retains their challenge.
So I was wrong. Walt Weiss with a great challenge, and Baldwin with his 46th RBI gives Atlanta the lead by that much. So the Braves cash in a walk and a hit batsman to score their 2 runs so far.
Dustin May going to take a couple of warm-up tosses here and get right back to action. That was a very good throw by Jordan Walker. Like you said, the bang bang baseball play right there. Now May got to be able to dial in, get this final out of the 4th.
Single runs in the 2nd and 4th for the Braves. 2-1 your score. Albies bats. He's walked and he has struck out. Justin Brule up again in the Cardinals pen. As good as May looked against the Brewers, where everything was crisp and sharp and at his command, it's really been a struggle for Dustin. And that said, he's only given up 2 hits and 2 runs in the game. But 4 walks and a hit batter tells you that his command is off. And an early sign was the first inning trip to the plate for this guy, Ozzie Albies. Everything was up.
Yeah, days like this are a battle, and the biggest key is, can you minimize the damage, right? I mean, it's not going to be one you're going to write home about, but can you give your ball club a chance?
2-0 to right center. Walker is there. He's got it, and that will retire the side. Drake Baldwin's RBI single gives Walt Weiss and the Braves a 4th inning lead.
Toyota, let's go places.
It's Bravo Night, Friday, July 24th. Fans with a theme ticket take home an exclusive Cardinals Bravo cap. Upgrade to a VIP ticket and attend a pregame happy hour with 2 Atlanta housewives. Details at cardinals.com/theme. You ever watched Real Housewives of Atlanta?
I have not yet. I need to dig in. Have you?
I've not. I wonder which of those 2 lovely ladies will be here for the.
Is there only 2 of them?
Well, it says happy
it's
hour
2 of them.
with 2 of them.
Gotcha.
But no, there are several stars. So you could have your pick of meeting Portia Williams, Phaedra Parks, Drew Sidora, Shamia Morton, and Mwangi. Angela Oakley, and Kelly Farrell. And they're joined by new full-time cast members Pinky Cole and Kay Michelle. And with fan favorite Cynthia Bailey returning a friend of role, whatever that means.
All right, nice. Yeah, I gotta catch it. We got the All-Star break. It's time to start catching up on some things.
Yeah, you could stream all that stuff while you're on vacation.
Yeah, on the flight maybe tomorrow.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's season 17 of that particular show.
Already?
My
goodness.
Yeah. That's in for a strike for Nathan Church. Happy birthday, Nathan, number 26. He'd like to celebrate with a base hit. It's been a bit of a dry spell for him. He's 0 for his last 18 at the plate. To second, Ozzie Albies with a backhand. Nathan displeased with a rollover to second. Richie doing a good job. He's getting a lot of soft contact on a lot of ground ball outs. 4 ground outs. A walk and a strike, 2 walks and a strikeout. Let's see if Fermin can keep the frame alive. 2-1 Atlanta. If you were asked to be a cast member on a reality TV show, would you be an exciting character or would you be boring?
I'd be boring.
Really?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's the safest way to be.
But how are you going to get ratings if you're bored?
Depends. Like, what is the show? Is it like a Housewives one? Like, exciting doesn't seem like, although you never know.
Real Broadcasters of O'Fallon. That could be a great show.
Yeah, you could try to just be like boring, but then they could cast you however they want. That's the problem.
True. Yeah, that's right. A lot of stuff on the
they edit it. They paint the picture.
Floor,
yeah,
so to speak.
That's what I've heard. I would have no interest in that.
Really?
A camera following you around all the time? That's a lot. That's a lot that they put through. Now, sure, like anything else, there are obviously the good parts of it.
To third. Good play, Riley. To 2 knees. And a strike to take care of Fermin. Well, the real ball players of Atlanta having a good day today.
I won the second they went up big.
Get paid out early with Bet365.
Saturday, July 25th, the Cardinals play the Reds, and that night fans take home the iconic victory blue jersey. That's presented by our friends at Stiefel. It's available in medium and extra large sizes while supplies last. Get your tickets at cardinals.com/promotions. Dustin May out of the ball game after 4 innings. Justin Brule now answers a Chevy call to the bullpen. Brad, as we head to the 5th inning.
Yeah, Justin Brule, man, he's been throwing the ball very well. He's also proven that he can give you a couple of innings. He can do it a different way. Thought his slider has been really effective as of late. That wasn't the outing that May wanted command-wise in this one. He did limit the damage, but 4 walks in 4 innings. That'll get the pitch count up in a hurry.
Matt Olson turns on 1 and rips that foul and out of play. Don't forget the Cardinals open the second half of the season on the road. We will visit Arizona and see Nolan Arenado again. Then it's on to Anaheim for a date with the Angels and their new general manager, former Cardinals president of baseball operations, John Mozeliak. Be great to catch up with Mo as he tries to reverse what have been frustrating seasons in Southern California.
Yeah, it'd be great to see Mo. Excited for him and that challenge. It'll be a lot of rebuilding going on over there, but a good man to do it.
Saw an amazing stat about the Angels earlier today. The pitch is whacked into right field. Olson with a 2-strike single. That's his second hit of the series. Mike Trout is back and healthy for the Halos. He's going to talk with Mo about his status. He's got a gigantic contract and a lot of years and money left on his deal, but the Angels have been so bad, and it's a shame that Trout hasn't been able to star on a postseason stage hardly at all. In fact, Trout is a 12-time All-Star. That matches the number of playoff games he has played.
Jeez, it is. It is a shame that has been the case for him. Does have the no trade. Has said that he wants to remain there, but certainly worth some conversation, I would think, just from the outside looking in.
And I assume that one of the reasons for those potential conversations, if they happen, is where the All-Star game is this year. As that one laced out of play. That's in Philadelphia. Trout is, I believe, from southern New Jersey and grew up a big Eagles fan, grew up a Phillies fan too. And so logically, everybody's going to ask him about his status. But that's a lot of money to move as Harris waits in 0-2. And frankly, for Trout, he's had to battle injury the last 3 or 4 years. He hasn't been able to stay healthy, so if something were to come together, it would be a calculated risk for both sides, I presume.
Yeah, I would think so. Probably one. Like any big deal, right, where you have to think about eating money as an organization, too. What does the appetite look like for that? So plenty of decisions to make in the future for that organization. But that number is astounding. Mike Trout is, future Hall of Famer for sure at the end of things. Only being 12 postseason games in baseball's biggest stage is a big shame.
Harris pops that up. Crooks gives chase, battles the sun, and that one ends up just shy of the green seats. Two balls, 2 strikes. Double play ball, maybe. There's one. Win. Double clutch, and still got it. It's amazing the number of double plays the Cardinals are able to turn on long throws because Mason Wynn's arm is such an equalizer.
Just a difference maker. First the turn on this end. JJ opens himself up. Strong feet, and then a little extra on it there to get a speedy base runner in Harris. Yeah, those two are going to be a lot of fun to watch up the middle, hopefully for a very long time. Definitely going to be the case with JJ and his long-term deal.
Signed through 2034 at the start of the weekend. 84 double plays have been turned by the Cardinals. That one a beauty to clear the bases for Brule, and Dubon skies that out of play. Dubon, the second big leaguer from Honduras. As he pops this one up, JJ's got that. Gerald Young was the first. He was also a St. Louis Cardinal. Nice work for Brule. Halfway home in Game 3, 2-1 Atlanta.
Ford, moving with the Midwest.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the St. Louis Cardinals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the St. Louis Cardinals.
We thank you, Bob Costas, as we head to the home 5th inning. Crooks, Weatherholt, and Herrera coming up. The Cardinals 1 run on 1 hit. Both of those came in the first inning. J.R. Ritchie is pitching very well. This is his 4th full inning. And that catches a corner. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, Ritchie's had really good feel for that. That curveball's been good. He's been able to drop it in when he's ahead and when he's behind, doing a nice job of keeping the Cardinals hitters off their rhythm.
Another beauty, a breaking ball, and Crooks wasn't looking for that. He's down on strikes, 2 of those for the Braves right-hander.
Got some action down in the pen. Fuentes starts rolling here as pitch count now over 50 for Richie. Remember, has started 7 games this year, but the last few for him have been out of the bullpen.
Game has changed an awful lot. You know how many minor league innings Richie had before he became a major league pitcher?
Man, I don't know. I know that he missed all of a season. He had Tommy John, so missed a year. How many innings?
His baseball reference page says he's pitched 262 minor league innings at all levels, and now 45 innings plus today's work as a big leaguer.
It's a quick call, and you're right. Teams are doing this more and more, and that's why development at the big league level, coaching at the big league level, is more important than it's ever been. I mean, especially you see it a lot from the pitching standpoint. You got these big arms who just get fast-tracked. They move along really well. But you got to figure out how to make the adjustments at the biggest level, physical adjustments and mental adjustments.
1 ball, 2 strikes. To put that in perspective, Tom Glavine, one of the most accomplished pitchers in the history of the Braves franchise, 561 minor league innings.
We had Randy Flores on the broadcast last night. Randy, the assistant GM, the scouting director, and we had him talking about the draft, but he had mentioned the fast track. He had 1,100 innings in the minor leagues before getting called up to the big leagues. It's a lot.
That is a lot. 2 up, 2 down. Ivan Herrera's next. Let's check in with Jim Hayes.
Yeah, Ivan told me he gets a little emotional anytime he hears or reads anything that refers to him as National League All-Star, Ivan Herrera. He told me it makes me think about when I was a little kid back in Panama. We didn't have much, but my family always supported my dream of being a big leaguer. He said the best part of this whole All-Star thing was calling his mom in Panama to tell her that he's an All-Star. Pretty emotional stuff, Chip.
No doubt about it. And she'll be making her way to Philadelphia with Ivan, who rolls to third. Tons and tons of rollovers for Mr. Ritchie, who protects a 2-1 lead in Game 3.
Introducing the new $10 Crispy Parm.
Yep, it is Christmas in July on Sunday, July 26th. Fans with a theme ticket will take home a holiday-inspired Cardinals cap plus a merry celebration in Budweiser Terrace before the game. Tickets and info at cardinals.com/theme.
You were busily reading that promo so well, enunciating everything perfectly.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the picture of Dustin May putting on that cap.
Did not have time to do that. I was dialed into reading.
It was fantastic. Great looking lid. It's got a fur trim bill, and then it's got the little fuzzy white ball that is at the end of Santa's hat.
Oh yeah,
on the top.
I kind of want to. I want to get one of those, and I can by going to cardinals.com/theme.
This is Eli White. The Braves will play platoon matchup. Dom Smith out of the game. He walked and scored one of their 2 runs. 6th inning, sluggish Sunday. I think we had this conversation before, that fuzzy ball that's on the theme cap replaces the button, that red button that's atop the cap that you see on Justin Brule. There's a name for that button.
Gosh, and I'm forgetting it off the top of my head. Do you remember it?
It's squatchy.
That's it. That can't be it. Is that really it?
That's what it is.
A squatchy?
It's usually metal or plastic covered in fabric, serves to cover and hold together the junction where the cap's fabric panels meet. It's called a squatchy.
I mean, you could have said, hey, Brad, if you just come up with the name of that thing, give you $1 million. Never would have come up with squatchy. Wasn't going to happen.
Full count.
And whoever came up with the squatchy, whoever like invented that,
yeah,
they probably made a killing, right? Like, did you patent the squatchy? You had to.
I don't know.
Did I tell you about the time that I had the squatchy taken off the top of my hat?
No.
So As we take a look at the sweeper there, another strikeout for Brule. So I'm pitching. I'm in A ball in Peoria, and I think we were on the road. I forget where we were. My catcher at the time was none other than soon-to-be closer Jason Mott. But Motter was a catcher at the time.
Right.
And there was a guy stealing second. I get down, duck down, and he throws 90 whatever right through, and literally, like, I felt something. But he took the squatchy, now that I know what it is, off my hat, and the ball went straight through to second base. Literally took it off my hat. I felt like my head. I'm like, am I hurt? Nope, but that thing was gone.
Well, that could have been a great, had we told that story beforehand, that would have been a great way as to how the term came about. You were in a squatting position when the ball went right over your head.
Yes, good call. And I said something like, "Chee." Good call. Good call.
Well, as you know, I like to go to the Google machine and do a little more research.
It's a good looking squatchy he's got. Yeah, so what deeper dive have you gotten into with the squatchy?
Well, it says here that a comedian named Rich Hall included the word squatcho in a comedy book to describe an everyday object that didn't have a dictionary definition. So Mike Krukow, our buddy with the Giants, started using the term with his teammates on the Giants bench. And then other players started using that term, and it evolved into squatchy as Riley drives that one to right. Walker retreats. Good play. 2 outs. And so when Krukow and Bob Brenly, who was a teammate of Mike's with the Giants, got into broadcasting, they started using it, and it's become part of the not so everyday lexicon in big league broadcasting.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm not forgetting that again. Squatchy is now
write that one down.
It is in there. That's another one of those things where you see it every day and you probably don't know the term of it.
Jarvis puts a charge into that. That's hammered toward right center and off the wall. Walker with a bare hand play, and Jarvis slides in with a 2-out double. That ball was well hit. This guy's got a nice swing.
Well, this is the cutter here. Chevy pitch track from Brule. He wanted to be able to dot this thing on the outer half. Stayed in the middle. He stayed on it. Jarvis did left on left. Kept it in the ballpark, though. A couple feet from getting out of here.
Gordon Graceffo is up and throwing in the St. Louis pen. You've got Brewer Hicklin lurking. He's got a single and a strikeout. And while the Cardinals ponder strategy here, we'll ponder a quick word from Victory Men's Health.
We do things a little differently here. At Victory Men's Health, we specialize in testosterone therapy, weight loss, vitamin deficiencies, and sexual health.
Visit VictoryMen'sHealth.com today.
So Hicklin, with a .300 season at AAA, is hitting .500 in the big leagues, albeit in just 2 trips to the plate today. 2-1 Atlanta. We are in inning number 6. It's there for the taking, but the Cardinals have just 1 run and 1 hit. Another term that you may not have heard of. And
what is it?
The thing that holds your end of shoelaces together.
I know that one.
What's that one?
It's an aglet.
Correct.
It's a good crossword word.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're big into crosswords, are you?
I used to be. I used to do the USA Today one every day. Didn't venture into the New York Times one that much. I wanted to feel smart.
2-0 pitch. Hammered into left center field. Hicklin's got another hit and an RBI. Jarvis will score standing up. And Brewer Hicklin is 2 for 3 with an RBI. Bottom of the order for the Braves, doing some damage. They extend their lead.
Well, all the injuries provide opportunity, and Brewer Hicklin is taking advantage of it. He gets a Brule sinker at the bottom of the zone, down and in, and drives this thing right into the gap to extend this thing. 3-1 now, Braves.
So the former college wide receiver has a hot route to left center. And Atlanta with single runs in the second, fourth, and sixth. Now leads by 2. Drake Baldwin next. As we've reached 3 o'clock at Busch. 1 ball, no strikes. Pittsburgh won again today. They destroyed Milwaukee 14-5. They swept a doubleheader yesterday and won again today. Cubs are winning 8-4 against the Reds. Boy, the Reds having an awful time against divisional foes. With the loss today, Cincinnati will fall to 6-22 against the rest of the Central.
Yeah, Brule's scuffling a little bit for command. Looks a little uncomfortable. I don't know if it's just the command, the grip. But 3-0 the count here as Dusty Blake looks on. Again, Graceffo is ready in the bullpen.
Want to keep Ozzie Albies hitting right-handed if you can. Excuse me, left-handed if you can. The other way around, you get Graceffo in the game. I'm guessing this would be the last hitter for Brule. He's thrown 31 pitches in an inning and 2/3. Back-to-back doubles for the Braves. There's a nice comeback. Sinker. In our chat with Ollie, he said that several Cardinals relievers have been working on modifying pitch grips to change action, change results. A little more swing and miss from a couple of the guys. Not here, though, as Baldwin takes outside. Another walk. That is 5 of them issued by the Cardinals staff to go along with a hit batsman, and that is indeed the end of the line for Brule. An inning and 2/3 with a run and 2 hits. He will leave with 2 aboard. Albies the batter. Graceffo, the Cardinal pitcher. We'll tell you about his first half when we come back to St. Louis.
Taking care of our own.
Atlanta's extended the lead. They've got 2 on, 2 outs here in the 6th inning as we welcome Gordon Graceffo into the game for the 39th time. He's our Chevy call to the bullpen.
Yeah, first time we've seen Graceffo in this series. Last time out against the Brewers, though, too strong for him. Struck out 4, only walked 1 against Milwaukee. He's on a nice little run. Hasn't given up an earned run in his last 4 2/3.
Albies hitless in the series, 0 for 2 with a walk today. Brewer Hicklin, his first extra base hit and RBI for Atlanta, extends their lead. It always comes back to a Brewer, doesn't it?
Seems like it.
Well, get Albies and then turn things over to Walker Burleson and Nootbaar. It's been a very quiet offensive game for St. Louis. A run on a hit. The hit and run came in the first inning. J.R. Ritchie's been excellent. 4 1/3 innings of hitless relief. A ball and 2 strikes. One thing Ollie mentioned about those pitch grips I was talking about before the pitching change, it's really helped Graceffo pick up a few more swings and misses and 3rd strikes. He could use one in this spot.
Yeah, they've been more aggressive with some changes, working on some stuff out in the bullpen and then bringing it into the ball game. And saw that last time out, the 4 swing and misses. That slider has been a lot tighter. That's one of the main pitches they've been working on, trying to create a little bit more spin, some more break and deceptiveness.
30,234 here today. Many have sought shade on a warm, muggy afternoon, but plenty of blue sky overhead as that one sails up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Albee skies that foul to stay alive. The Guardians 4, Miami 1. Cleveland's trying to sweep Miami. As you look at Hicklin at second, Baldwin at first. Cardinals started play just a game behind Miami in the wild card chase. The 2-2. And this battle continues. It'll be at least 9 pitches to solve Ozzie Albies. On the ground to first. Burley's got that, and he'll take it to the bag to retire the side. Doubles by the 8 and 9 hitters for Atlanta extends their lead in the 6th. Well, after the All-Star break, we head west. As we've said a couple times, this looks a lot like Brad's high school report card. Lots of A's, just a couple of C's thrown in for good measure.
Yeah, then I drew some birds on it every once in a while. That's the Blue Jays at the end. The Cardinals go on the road again. It'll be Toronto and then New York to take on the Yankees. So a little bit of a break here for the All-Star game and then right back to action as this one high and tight on the All-Star Jordan Walker. Right under the chin there by Richie, who's had some pretty good control.
Hate seeing guys miss up there. One ball, no strikes. This is where you think of great home run call from Mike Shannon.
Off of Kerry Wood.
4th of July, I believe Wrigley Field. And take a ride on that brushback pitch, big boy. 100 miles an hour right back through the box. And the first Cardinal hit since the first inning.
Well, 94 under the chin. How about 112 right back at you? This one, the spinner, a curveball, missed middle, and Jordan Walker shoots it right back up the box. That's going to be uncomfortable.
And what a sign for Walker, the maturity and growth of him as a major league player to be able to stand in there after the chin music. He was right on that pitch, didn't flinch a bit. And that will bring the tying run to the plate for the Cardinals here in the 6th inning. Richie, a nice job with the bulk innings. Dylan Dodd, the left-hander, comes on to face Alec Burleson in a 3-1 Atlanta game.
I think
for the first time today, the Cardinals have their leadoff man on, and Alec Burleson's greeted by Dylan Dodd, the second, to answer a Chevy call to the pen.
22nd game here. Sinker, cutter, slider is the arsenal for Dodd.
He's a 3rd-round pick by the Braves out of Southeast Missouri State.
What was nice to see in the first inning, left on left, Alec Burleson ended up hitting the double off the wall. That brought in the Cardinals' first and only run so far in the ball game. Had some struggles early in the season. 191 the action, or the average coming into action today against left-handers.
Just missed it, popped it to right. Hicklin got a late break, but makes the play, staggers near the line, but got there for out number 1. So Walt Weiss, he can read the lineup card too. He's got 3 of the 4 hitters in this 6th inning left-handed. That's why Dodd's in the game. The second is Lars Nootbaar, who's walked and popped out. Walker stole a base in the first inning. He's got 13 swipes on the season. Like his chances for a 2020 year. And that one upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Nice to have Newt back in the middle of the order for the Cardinals. He's been getting on base a lot, especially here at home. Could use a rally down 2. And his strike zone knowledge, excellent. That's what you like about him hitting behind Walker. If Jordan's on and Nootbaar's on, well, then the bottom of the order a chance to do some damage.
Yeah, Newt's got a really good profile, right? A guy that will get on base at a high clip, but he's also got plenty of power. He'll be looking for 1 pitch, 1 spot in a count like this. That wasn't it. Cutter probably saw heater middle in out of the hand.
Cardinals will always be a special team for Dylan Dodd. He's the young man who made his major league debut against the Cardinals in 2023. He got the win that day, gave up 1 run in 5 innings. So we owe him a little payback here. 3-1. And way outside, 2 aboard, 1 out. So there's that strike zone knowledge for Nootbaar. He didn't chase Dodd around. Now Mason Wynn's turn. He is 0 for 2. You like walks, this is your game. There have been a bunch of them. The Braves have walked 5. The Cardinals have walked 5. Good take. Mason's cooled off a bit. He's 1 for his last 19. Ozzie Albies playing very close to the bag at second. Olsen way off the line at first. They play Mason straight away in the outfield. Didn't get that. It's an even count. Didier Fuentes is getting loose in a hurry for the Braves. Didn't chase it. 2-1.
A good take. They're going to try to stay away from Mason in a count, though, and he's ahead. If he's going to do anything power wise, that's going to be middle in.
Swing and a shot to left. That's down for a hit. And the Cardinals have him loaded. Well, if ever there was a time for the Cardinals to get a big hit, this would be it.
Chevy pitch track right there. A cutter trying to bury it. Stayed middle, and Mason stays right on it to load things up here.
The Cardinals will take Nathan Church down. Blaze Jordan's going to grab a bat. What you like about this is Jordan is able to get the ball in the air, but Walt Weiss is going to go get Dodd, who faces the minimum of 3. Fuentes is coming on. Now let's see if St. Louis burns Blaze Jordan and goes deeper onto the bench. They've got Brian Torres, a lefty, who might be summoned here, but we shall see. Best chance for the Cardinals since the first inning. They're loaded with 1 out.
Or online at rallyhouse.com.
31st game for Didier Fuentes out of Colombia. He is 4-0 this year, and he is, Brad, the 3rd pitcher in the inning for Atlanta.
Well, and the Cardinals are going to counter. Instead of Blaze Jordan, they will burn him, and it is going to be Brian Torres. Cardinals try to go with the matchup. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander.
Get a good one to hit. Torres 4 homers, 8 RBIs, a chance to cut into the lead here. 3-1 Atlanta, the pitch. And a good hook. Jordan Walker, after being brushed back, singled up the middle. Burleson a pop out, Nootbaar a walk, and Mason Wynn a sharp hit to left has him loaded. Chase that one, it's 0-2. Fuentes just 21 years old. 42 strikeouts in almost 37 innings of relief work. Atlanta signed him as an international free agent. Torres, key man in the inning. Bases loaded. 3-1 game. And Torres chased and is down on strikes. 2 away. So that didn't work out. Let's see if Fermin can rescue us with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
Just riding that good four-seam fastball at the top of the zone. You had mentioned it earlier, though. Jose Fermin, a guy, great contact, and seems to have a little flair for the dramatic. Steps up in some big spots. Got a huge spot in this ball game here.
Couldn't check his swing. Fermin's rolled over to third twice. Room down the left field line. Straight away infield and outfield for Atlanta. And now the Cardinals down to their last strike here in the 6th inning.
Well, Fuentes is coming in and doing exactly what they need him to do. He's pumping strikes. He's got the Cardinals on their heels. We'll see if Fermin can do something here with 2. Really battle. He likes riding that four-seam at the top.
Did he go around? No, not that time. That was almost an identical sequence to the first pitch of the plate appearance. Well, no place to put Fermin. Here's a big pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Line into center field. That's going to score 2. Fermin with a 2-strike hit ties the game. He's amazing.
Well, something that we've seen over the years with Jose Fermin, how fast the hands are. The hands are going to have to be quick with 2 strikes when you're trying to turn around 97. Fuentes wanted to go above the zone with the four-seam again, left it in the zone, and Fermin made him pay for it.
20 RBIs for the Ferminator. The Cardinals, with their first bit of offensive life since the first inning, have them dancing everywhere at Busch Stadium in a tie game. And now Crooks is next. He's walked and struck out. First and third. And how to play a strike. These guys somehow find a way. I don't know how they do it. Sometimes I don't think they know how they do it. They just do.
I think that a lot of it is simply they're able to have an approach every single at-bat. They're not taking anything. It's not like a big picture thing. It's a right here, right now. What do I do on this pitch? They're well prepared, and they're able to execute a plan.
Fermin looked to be fooled twice in that sequence and just laced a single. Didn't try to do too much. The old proverbial cliche. Same would work here for Crooks, who's behind 0-2. Runner takes off at first. A swing and a miss. And that will retire the side. How about the Cardinals off the deck to tie the game? Fermin with a 2-run single, and we head to the 7th.
Jack, tell me one.
Kids, this one's for you. Sunday, July 26th. The Reds are in town. That day, kids 12 and under score a Fredbird hat. Tickets and info at cardinals.com/promotions. Well, the Cardinals have rallied. They've tied the game after 6. Gordon Graceffo will stay on. He faces Olsen, Harris, and Dubon for the Braves. St. Louis trying to sweep away Atlanta and pick up their 51st first win, which would match their total at the All-Star break last season.
Yeah, it really is crazy. We've talked about this a bit. This ball club, it has a totally different feel to it, a totally different vibe. So the idea of matching that is crazy to me. Nice play up the middle by Mason Wynn. Stabs it to get things going. First out of the 7th. Gold Glover well positioned right up the middle, Chip.
An absolute missile back through the box. And Graceffo skipped the rope. But Mason, right place, right time. So here is Harris. He is 0 for 3. The Cardinals have changed up their outfield alignment. As this one to second quickly. Good to see that. Torres stays in the game in left. Lars Nootbaar moves from left to center. And Ryan Stanek is starting to get ready as we approach the 7th inning stretch. Cardinals will have the top of their order coming up, so you want to stick around for that. Dubon 0 for 3.
I know for Dustin May, it wasn't the start that he expected. He labored. He ended up walking 4 in this ball game. But him having the ability to be able to limit some damage actually got the Cardinals in a place where they could tie this ball game up. That thing could have snowballed on May in his 4 innings. He didn't allow it to do so.
Left side, quick inning for Graceffo. 5 pitches, 3 outs. Momentum in the Cardinals dugout. And who better to start a go-ahead rally than your leadoff man, J.J. Weatherholt, goes to work next. Presented by Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply. And by Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Beautiful day on the banks of the mighty Mississippi. The Cardinals, with a 6th inning rally, have tied the game. The Braves go ever deeper into their bullpen. Another Dylan. This one, Dylan Lee. He's next to answer the Chevy call to the pen.
Well, Dylan Lee has had quite a season. Slider, 4-seam changeup, the arsenal for Lee. And this guy is good against both lefties and righties.
He's out of Fresno State. And that popped away as we kick off our Honda home run inning. If JJ or anyone else in the Cardinals lineup can pop one here, your Gateway Honda dealers will donate $1,000 to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Chip, for all the struggles that the Braves have had as of late, and as we said, they're still clinging to a 2-game lead in the division. The bullpen has been a strength throughout the season. The best bullpen ERA in the National League.
Never see that from Weatherholt. He thought he checked his swing. On appeal, he was rung up at 3rd. And let's see if he went.
It's a close one. You're right. That's about as much as you're going to get from JJ there.
And he's down swinging for the 2nd time in the game. Lee gets the first batter. Here's Herrera, who's 0 for 3 himself. And you're right about the Braves. They've always had an excellent relief corps, especially from the left side. Young started the game. We've seen Dodd, we've seen Lee. 3 lefties in the bullpen. That is a luxury that every manager would like to have. Lee, not originally a Brave. He was first drafted and signed by Miami.
And while the Cardinals don't have 3 lefties in their bullpen, at least they have a couple of right-handers that profile very well against the left side. Now, that being said, not sure if 2 of those guys are available in this ball game. Gastelum has thrown a lot here as of late, as has Soriano.
Ryan Stanek playing catch. Looks like he's getting ready for the 8th. As Herrera didn't get that. What a first half for Ivan. He's played in every game. All 95 of them for St. Louis. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's over the Cardinals dugout off to our right. Hey, nice catch. Fan from Little Rock, Arkansas made that play. Tarps Off gang is loud and lively in a tie game. Hammer down the line, but foul. Hey, great play by the attendant. Look at the hustle.
He's getting a round of applause right there. Good instincts, great closing speed, and then gave a souvenir to a young fan. Nice work down the left field line.
Popped up right side. Olsen battling the sun. No trouble, 2 outs. Walker has scored 2 of our 3 runs today. Let's see if he can hit number 23. He's our Bet365 betting odds update. Those are the numbers for Walker to blast a home run that would put the Cardinals in front.
Well, Jordan, last time up, he got some chin music, 94 right up near the head area, and then he got a curveball that he shot right back up the middle for a single. That time the slider has him out in front by the lefty.
First Cardinals All-Star outfielder since Matt Holliday. Driven toward left, but not deep enough. And Dubon's got that. Leo 1-2-3 7th tie game. We head to the 8th.
Introducing Subway's.
With Al Raboski, Scott Warman with you. Coming up after the game, we got Cardinals post game. It's brought to you by Car Shield. Your boy Jose Fermin comes through again, buddy.
Absolutely. 20 RBIs. He ties this ball game. He's the best Cardinal pinch hitter, so he's really coming up with some key hits. Needs a little help, though.
All right. Well, we're tied at 3 as we head to the 8th and back to Chip and Brandon.
Okay, fellas, thank you very much. Look forward to a Cardinals winner on the post-game show after we sweep the Braves. Got some work to do. Starting defensively, Ryan Stanek is on. He's the 3rd reliever to work today for Oliver Marmol. And Eli White greets him with a foul ball back toward us. Strike 1.
That's what I like to see. Aggressive early, right? Pounding the strike zone, getting ahead. Now we'll see Stanek work from there.
White, Riley, and Jarvis, the first 3 for the Braves in the 8th.
Try to put a little extra on that one.
Broken bat, little pop. JJ out, can't get there. A 2-strike hit for White. He can fly. Let's see if the Braves put him in motion starting inning number 8.
Stanek makes his pitch. This is a slider. It's down away. It's perfect, but right off the end of the bat, White able to dump this right over the head of JJ Weatherholt at second base.
Austin Riley's reached twice. He was hit by a pitch and scored the 2nd of the 3 Braves runs. Phillies beat the Tigers 5-0. Boston beat the Mets 3-2. The Red Sox just completed a 9-0 road trip. Something they've only done twice in franchise history. Think about that.
That is so hard to do. Well, obviously, they're just rattling off wins, but to do so on the road, you know how hard it is to sweep an opponent, but do it a couple times in a row on the road.
Especially with the flight trouble that Boston had. They flew out of Chicago the day of their first game against the Mets. Didn't get to the ballpark until about 4 o'clock Eastern time for a 7 o'clock game.
Yeah, they ended up moving the game time back, what, a half hour?
Something
just to
like that.
allow them to get all their equipment and everything in and ready for the ball game, yet still figured out a way to win.
So the Red Sox trying to make a push toward a playoff spot. They're way back in the East, but they are definitely in wild card range. As Stanek sets with a 2-2 and missed with a splitter. Boston 11 games behind Tampa Bay in the East. And started play a half game back for the last wild card. Big pitch, 3 balls, 2 strikes. White leads at first, not going, and fouled back our way by Austin Riley. Riley loves hitting in this ballpark. Hopefully not the rest of the way today. He's walked, he's been hit by a pitch, and he's flied out to right. Popped up. Mason drifts back. Bright sunny skies and no trouble. Riley pops out, 1 away. Jarvis is the next batter for Atlanta after a quick word from BJC Healthcare. In for a strike.
Good splitter right there. That's the one you want to see. It starts in the zone, just tails away right off of it. Stanek, good fastball. I think that he's bounced back really well. Some early struggles for him, a lot of hard contact, but is throwing the ball way better as of late.
Another nasty pitch. Jarvis, a heck of a job to get a piece of that.
Yeah, I don't know how he touched that one. So you had him reaching for that. I think that he could ride that good fastball at the top of the zone, maybe even up and in. I like that there. 99 upstairs. Changes the eye level. Now you got some decisions to make. Do you want to go back with the fastball? I think you could double up, or that splitter again off of it since you just straightened him up. I think both work here. Looks like Fredbird's got a loose squatchy. You see that on the top of the cap. That's not supposed to do that. He's going to have to jam that back in there for him.
Up and in. Jarvis, a good job to get out of harm's way, but now instead of a 1-2 count, Stanek's run it full.
I want to loosen a squatchy too.
So will White take off? He's not. And strike 3 called outside corner. No challenge. Big second out.
This was just straight up gas by Stanek right here. 99 miles an hour, rears back and fires right on the corner to get him.
So Brewer Hicklin, just up from AAA's, had himself a terrific day. 2 hits, a RBI double, the highlight. This time he's going to ground to short, and Mason will flip to first in time. And Stanek works around a leadoff single in the 8th. Middle of the order for the Cardinals. Burleson, Nootbaar, and Wynn trying to break a 3-3 tie in Game 3.
It's terrifying what happens when car warranties expire. As soon as they do, cars are quitting on the job. It's like they're possessed. Stop. Hey, man, you got a little something there. And without protection, even simple repairs could cost you thousands. That's why there's Car Shield. Or don't get Car Shield and maybe get your car an exorcism instead. Someone should help her.
Car Shield, protection when it counts. There's a certain magic here in Cardinals Nation. One that can't be found anywhere else. Can you feel it?
Up for the Cardinals in the 8th inning, and I really like this scene before first pitch.
The rookie talking it over with Alec Burleson. Now, J.J. Weatherhold already saw Lee in the at-bat. He saw 5 pitches, 3 of them the slider, so maybe he saw a little something with the profile. Could be something with the setup, but I love that. The young kid seeing something and having the confidence to step up and help his teammate.
Lee got away with one there. Burleson behind in the count. He had the first Cardinals RBI, a double off the wall and left in the opening inning. He also walked and has popped out. This one shot towards second, and Albies handles a rocket, and there's your first out. As Brad mentioned earlier, the Cardinals bullpen a little short today, so score or no score for St. Louis. Looks like Stanek's going to go out for at least another inning for St. Louis. Let's see if Nootbaar can start something. He's walked twice and scored once.
At least with the All-Star break coming up, it's a little easier to extend some of your guys. You have some built-in rest.
Two balls, no strikes. Big Cardinal fan Gary Stackpole watching the game in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida today. Hoping for a Cardinal sweep. You ever been down to Santa Rosa Beach in the Florida Panhandle?
Is that right near like the Destin area, right?
A little
bit. Yes, I've definitely been down that area. It's beautiful.
Destin and Panama City Beach. Sugar White Sands. That is tough duty, and the Braves are going to challenge this.
Call his ball to catch us challenge.
This one I think is going to clip the bottom of the zone. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Drake Baldwin had a great look at it. Let's see if he's right. And there we go. It is indeed a strike. So both clubs with one ABS challenge left. And Nootbaar, a 2-2 count. Three game. And Nootbaar chased one up and out of the strike zone, but it's a tough pitch to resist. And he couldn't, and that is strikeout number 2 for Lee. That's the old proverbial so bad it was good. You could see Nootbaar's eyes grow like saucers, and he couldn't connect. It's 5 up, 5 down for Lee. And Atlanta's bullpen in play yet again. Base is empty. Mason Wynn is your batter. There's your score. Three game, base is empty, and the Cardinals' 8th inning. Mason Wynn, your batter. He's going to face Tyler Kinley.
Well, the veteran Kinley in his 38th game of the season. Slider is the pitch, man. He throws that thing a lot. Going to lean on that. Throws it almost 70% of the time. Had a scoreless frame on Friday, did Kinley, against the Cardinals.
Was that before or after your bedtime?
It's tough to say. I'll tell you this right now. I didn't find out the Cardinals won until the next morning. That's for sure.
You weren't the only one. Kinley 4 scoreless outings in his last 5. Just missed the corner. 2 balls and a strike.
And that 2-hour, 44-minute rain delay. Lake Bush Stadium turned playable.
Mason backed away from that. And 2 balls, 2 strikes. Atlanta will have the top of their order coming up in the 9th inning. Mason Wynn hitting 6th for the Cardinals. We've been out hit 6-4 in the game. The Braves have left 9 on base. And a swing and a miss. There is that slider. And the Cardinals retired in order, and that sends us to the 9th inning. It's still 3-3 in Game 3. A lot of pitchers in this ball game, but still a chance, Brett, for a rare 3-game sweep of the Braves today.
Yeah, look, the Cardinals were able to score 1 in the first. Fermin with a big knock in the 6th inning. May went 4 in this outing. Did limit some damage, and now it is JoJo Romero's turn here in the 9th inning. He's going to be your Chevy call to the bullpen in a tie ball game.
He's been busy. 45 games for JoJo. Mentioned the pitch grip changes. We noticed a real uptick in velocity with his fastball in his last outing.
Yeah, a little tweaking there with JoJo. Saw that 4-seam, rode a couple of them at the top of the zone. Saw 97 on that. So nice adjustment. Great to see, too, especially as much as he's been worked, to your point.
That's whacked towards center. And Nootbaar makes a nice adjustment. He got there for your first out. You could see Baldwin recognize that pitch. A nice job to stay back, Brad, and hit it hard, but Nootbaar caught up to it.
Yeah, had right guy, right spot in center field right there. He did, though, stayed closed on it and able to drive it to center field.
Well, here's a dangerous hitter, especially from this side of the plate. Ozzie Albies. Albies is 0 for 10 in the series. And up and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Albies was one of my favorite players when I was with the Braves. Just a great personality, gets it. There was some real concern in his late days as a minor leaguer playing in the Braves system. As that one cracked into the left field corner, and he's going to stand at second as that one's misplayed by Torres, but no further advance. Albies in the minor league playoffs, Brad, checked his swing and fractured his elbow.
Jeez.
And has a screw in one of the arm bones to hold everything together. And he's stayed healthy ever since.
Well, you mentioned the troubles from this side. Look how easy that swing is. Everything about that from Ozzie just so smooth. This ball rifled down the line.
But now for Romero, back-to-back left-handed hitters, Olson and Harris. Olson 1 for 4. Didn't get that. Strike 1. When we get to the bottom of the 9th inning, Torres, Fermin, and Crooks are your scheduled hitters. Iglesias, the Atlanta closer, is getting warmed up. How does Olson fare, lefty versus lefty?
Does all right against the left-handers, hitting for average, certainly. 851 the OPS. These two have seen each other before. 1 for 4 is Olson. Single.
Matt Swanson starting to warm up for the Cardinals. Mentioned Iglesias almost ready for the Braves. The pitch over but low. Another big Cardinals fan watching in Alabama today. Mike Russell, former Super Scout. When he's not rooting for the Alabama Crimson Tide, he loves the Georgia Bulldogs. Bet you didn't know that about Mike.
Did not know that. I also know there's no such thing as a former Super Scout. Once a Super Scout, always a Super Scout.
No, that's a good point.
Still got an eye for it.
Let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
Retired Super Scout Mike Russell.
Okay.
Watching the game.
Yeah, still got it.
In his palatial mansion near Tuscaloosa.
Must be nice.
Squibber, tough play. Mason's going to make it. Slow runner and Olsen, runner to third, and 2 outs. Good communication up the middle. That was an easier play for Mason where his momentum was carrying him. And now you get Harris, you have a chance to walk it off.
Yeah, get a look at it again. That's going to be one where even if Olsen's not running hard right there for JJ, he's going to have his feet planted making that throw. Everything easier coming across for Mason.
So Albies 90 feet away and a strike. Atlanta again has left 9 men on base. They've out hit us 7-4. Okay, you got him 0-2. Finish him off. Up and under the chin. Did that clip him? It did. Oh, Harris gets hit on an 0-2 pitch. And I think Ollie wants to take a look at this. Harris sold it, and Ollie's going to challenge this. Harris was looking at the home plate umpire, and Adam Beck said, yeah, I guess it did hit you.
Call on the field by pitch.
Harris still trying to sell it as it may have gotten him on the forearm. We'll have to take another look.
Yeah, he's saying this is where I told Adam Beck it hit me, but wouldn't get too comfortable with that glove. Let's take a look at it, though. We'll see. 0-2, 95-mile-an-hour sinker in. Did not appear from that angle as if it got him. Everybody here at Busch Stadium getting a chance to see it on the big screen. They're saying no chance. Acting used to be a skill in this game. Maybe not so much anymore.
I'm guessing Michael's a big World Cup fan.
Well, he's not laying there acting as if he's dead, so that's good.
After review, the batter was hit on the forearm.
I don't know what they saw there.
There could have been a small redirection, but Ollie ain't having it.
You know what Ollie's mad about is that Harris had to sell the call.
Yeah, Ollie's mad. Why? He's saying, why do I even have to have that challenge? Why can't you see it?
So on a challenge, you are automatically ejected if you come out to argue. And the Academy Award goes to Michael Harris. And these fans, they're into this game. This is awesome. 23rd career ejection for Oliver Marmol. And now first and third for the Braves, and Dubon is the batter. So instead of a 1-2 count, you start with a fresh hitter. Dubon 0 for 4. Strike one.
Look, not what you wanted to have happen there, obviously, in an 0-2 count, but there's some energy in this ball club right here. Got to be able to bury this guy, win this thing in the bottom.
Well, we talk all the time, Brad, about how this team is able to compartmentalize things, either good or bad. Well, here's a big spot for Romero. 0-2. Everybody up in the ninth inning. Little roller, left side. Mason's got it. Fast runner. And he throws it high and out of reach of Burleson. Everybody is safe, and Atlanta takes the lead.
Well, you got the ground ball, change up, got him to expand, got it to the guy that you wanted, tried to make the quick throw, and unfortunately the Gold Glover just sails it. Had to be quick, was a little too quick.
So I'm assuming a throwing error. Atlanta takes the lead. 2 disastrous outcomes with 2 strike pitches. And now the runner at first takes off. Dubon, an easy swipe. Unreal. Well, you got to keep it a 1-run game somehow. Now 4-3 Atlanta. So an error at shortstop brings home Ozzie Albies, who doubled with 1 out. And now it's 3 balls, no strikes. I'm guessing if Romero loses White here, you go to Swanson against Riley. Won't know till after the game if there's a pool reporter with Adam Beck. The replay that we saw was a unique angle, but clearly on that replay it looked like the ball missed him by a couple of inches, but he must have heard something on the forearm, and the call was confirmed in New York, so maybe they had a different angle. And the bases are loaded in the 9th inning. Dusty Blake is on his way out. So the Cardinals were 1 pitch away from having a chance to walk off in the 9th. A hit batsman, then Dubon 2 strikes, a roller to shortstop, 3rd hop, and Mason, knowing a fast runner, hurried his throw, overshot Burleson. And instead of ending the inning, it prolongs it for the Braves.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? You want the ball hit to Mason Wynn pretty much every single time. Unfortunately, that time the play was not made, but the biggest key, as we talked about, leave it right here. This ball club has had a flair for the dramatic. They've been able to come back against some of the best pitching in baseball. They've been tough late. JoJo, Cardinals defense, just got to be tough here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th.
So the base runners for the Braves. Harris, the controversial hit batsman, 90 feet away at 3rd. Dubon, who reached on the error, is at 2nd. And White earns ball 4. All this with 2 outs. And Austin Riley is next. No place to put him. Changeup missed. 1 ball, no strikes.
These two have only faced each other once. 0 for 1 is Riley. That with a strikeout.
Fly ball center. Nootbaar is over. Walker is there too. Newt will make the catch. And we head to the bottom of the 9th. A hit batsman, a critically large play in a 4-3 Atlanta game as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Well, we're work's cut out for us. Bottom part of the order coming up. The Braves have their closer, Raisel Iglesias, on to protect a 4-3 lead.
Well, the Cardinals have done nothing but surprise people, fight all season long. Might as well surprise Raisel Iglesias and the Braves here. Cardinals have already won the series, looking to break their heart here in the ninth.
Iglesias headed to the All-Star game. First ever selection for him. And he's been awfully good for Atlanta. For the Cardinals, Brian Torres, Jose Fermin, Jimmy Crooks are scheduled. And that's over but low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, when facing Iglesias, that's the one you got to really watch out for, is that changeup. He loves that pitch. He sells it well. If you see it down, leave it down. That changeup, a nasty one. Even if you leave it, it's still on the corner.
He's pitched in 3 games against the Cardinals and has a save. This one tapped toward the mound. That's easy pickings for your first out. So Torres 0 for 2 after entering the game in the 6th inning. Here's Fermin. Our Budweiser play of the game. He tied it up with a single.
Well, this what a job here by Fermin. We keep talking about how he comes up big. 1-2 count, 97-mile-an-hour fastball away. He takes it that direction, brings in a pair, and at the time tied up this ball game at 3 apiece.
This guy throws hard, and you hear hitters talk about it a lot. It's that low 3/4 arm slot that's so problematic. The ride on that fastball. As this one shot towards short, and Jarvis with the peg to first. That ride on the fastball means it doesn't sink like the hitters are used to seeing. It stays on plane longer. They swing, and the ball stays above the bat. So we got 1 out left. Let's see if Crooks can hit another homer and tie it up.
Well, he was the hero in game 1, his 8th inning home run.
Crooks 2 strikeouts and a walk. Well, we got 1 strike left. If somehow Crooks can get on, you take your chances with J.J. Weatherholt, who's on deck. It's not to be. But the Cardinals take 2 out of 3 from Atlanta, Brad, and wrap up what has been a wildly entertaining first half in 2026.
It absolutely has. Look, 50 wins for the Cardinals in the first half. They played some really good baseball. We've seen some great things, some breakout season, much needed All-Star break. Congratulations to the All-Stars, Walker, Herrera, O'Brien, Ollie Marmol, headed to Philadelphia for the All-Star game. For everybody else, rest up, and we'll get back to action in Arizona.
Sounds like a plan, partner. Enjoy the break. Hopefully you will as well, Cardinals Nation. Atlanta solves the Cardinals in game 3 of this series, and we join you from Arizona. We'll see Nolan Arenado for the 2nd time this year. Our coverage starts after the break at 8:15 from the desert. Al Raboski, Scott Warman standing by with the Cardinals post-game show. 4-3 your final in St. Louis.